Alright, welcome to the basement. Alright. So, for whoever gives a single shit about what I'm doing today, making a pipe, alright? So the first step of what I do is I drill the holes. Because if you don't get the holes right, why carve it? It's not a pipe anymore. So, I went to Home Depot, already put it on my story. Got some new shit. So I used to drill the holes with an 8-inch drill bit. Too small. Trial and error. So, trying a quarter. It's a little bit bigger, double what it is. And then the bowl itself is a little tricky. I never find the right parts. So, I'm trying a 3/4 Forstner bit. Gonna do that. And then once I get that drilled out for the bowl, I'm going to try to smooth it out and basically just grind out the pocket. So, let's see how it goes. Wish me luck. Also forgot to mention, it would be a lot easier if you had a bunch of tools and cool shit. I don't. I do it all by hand, by eye, with a drill. So, let's see. I'll take you along with it. Why not? Marked. So now we just drill it. Let's see. Fucking nervous, boys. Been a minute. Get that set. Alright. We looking straight? Good enough. And this is, while I'm here, this is oak, black walnut, and maple. Definitely tougher than an 1/8 inch, I'll tell you that. Make sure you're backing out, letting that pressure off. Fucking sketch, right? I know. Yeah, I think so too. The good thing to do, so you don't drill too far, just mark out where you want to stop. So you see that? I'm just gonna mark my drill right here with my highlighter, so I know when I get to that point, I'm there. All right, got that hole drilled. It's about the size before I clean it up. So now, we're gonna try to find the end of it. So this step is what makes or breaks it, for me personally. If I fuck this up, then there's no pipe to be made. But I have more in case I do fuck up. So, taking my Forstner, hitting the end grain, because with a bowl, you want end grain for the bowl. This part. This part doesn't fucking matter. This part, you want end grain up. It's stronger. It's more heat resistant. Just lasts longer. A lot better. Let's see how it goes. Okay, boys. Okay, boys. I'll hit it right there. Once I get that spot, I'm going to bring it to the floor. Now. See my flip-flops. Check out my flip-flops. Okay. And I'm basically going to find that hole. Gotta find that hole. Another thing. So my pipes, they don't have carbs. A little hole on the side. That's because my bowls don't have a chamber. I plan on the future. I have ideas for how to do that. I just don't want to do it yet. Because I think these work great. I like not having a carb on my pipes. Just nice, you know. Get a little finger cover. Forgot how much of a bitch this step is. I'm getting there. Just taking his time. End grain, very hard to drill through. very hard. So at this point, it's not clean, but it's a pipe. It's functional. So I gotta go back and clean it up. Probably gonna do it after I carve it, but now we can carve it. When I carve the shape of a pipe, the outside of the pipe, I use a few tools. The bulk of it, I use an angle grinder. I'm gonna show you all the tools. I'm gonna keep you along with the process. I use an angle grinder, and that's really just bulk removal, you know, just shaping it, getting it about where I want it. And then after that, I take my Dremel, and that's for the tight corners, you know, like around the bowl piece itself, you know, just getting the little tight curves. I sand my pipes up to 12,000 grit, which is way overkill. That's just for me. I like sandpaper. I'm weird. But, yeah, now I gotta dig all this out because I haven't done this shit in years. Also, if you haven't noticed, I haven't used a single fucking number for any of this except for drill bit sizes. It's because I hate math, alright? I try to make these in a way that I don't measure, because I don't want to measure. I just carve them, you know? I just make them. Don't gotta be technical. Just make some. Go make some. It's fun. This is what I used to drill the windpipe with. I don't know what I was thinking. That's fucking puny. You breathe out of that? I don't know if I can. Damn it. Learning. This is about all I use. This is my angle grinder. That's for the bulk removal. Just got my extension cord. This is my Dremel. I used to have a nicer one, but I killed the motor because shit. But this is the disc I use. It's a 36 grit, which means it's literally made for metal. It just fucking tears away at the wood, which is what you want. You want to be able to shape it easy. I don't want to be here for hours. So let's do this. And before I start with those power tools, I'm going to put some jeans on. Maybe a hat. Don't want to be too stupid. Getting a lot of hair now. Don't want to cut and shit. You don't want an angle grinder. You don't want sweatpants going in your angle grinder. Suck you right in. No, you don't want that. Let's put on some jeans. Alright, bitch boys. Let's do this. I lost the fucking pipe, dudes. The fuck? Alright, guys. So, I don't want any of you to ever do this the way that I do it. Because I do it very, very dangerously and stupidly, if I'm being completely honest with you. So, usually, with an angle grinder, you'd clamp your piece down, and you'd... Hey, Bales. And you just, you know, clamp it down, use the angle grinder in your hands, do that. I don't like doing it that way. I feel like I get a lot more control moving the piece rather than the tool. So, what you can do, a safer thing than this, you know, clamp your angle grinder to a table, you know, and use it as kind of like a disc sander type deal, like, you know, like a table. I do it like this. Don't do it. So here's how I'm actually carving. And you can see already, that's making a dent. That's the way it goes. So at this point, I've been carving less than 5 minutes even. And you see it's starting to take some basic type of shape. So now, at this point, I'm trying to flush out all the glue spots, trying to get them all just one size, you know, trying to make that a windpipe. And just shape it, you know, pretty easy. Taking into account it's still a square, so I have to do more work on the corners than I do on the flats. It's getting there though. I have no idea what shape I'm gonna make it, but let the wood tell me. Let the wood tell me. I think I found a basic shape I want to go with. I want to try to make it look like a mushroom. That's what I'm going for. So now we're at a point where I don't believe I see any clear glue seams. So, getting somewhere. Still pretty ugly, don't get me wrong. But you see the shape starting to come through. I'm gonna do a little more work. Probably over here, just shaping it out. I want to do some with the actual bowl. Not sure what though, but I like how it's coming along. I wanted to do a little baby one. I'm very happy with it. Might make the top a little smaller. Who knows? I think that goes along with the mushroom shape though, so we'll see. We'll see. Also, a lot of people who know about woodworking, they always ask me why I don't make this on a lathe. Lathe is just basically, if you know the bowls I used to make all of those on a lathe. Basically, it's just a motor. You attach it and it spins. You take a tool and you just kind of carve it. I have a lathe. I just don't make it on a lathe because you can't get all these intricate curves. It would just be a round, boring pipe. So that's why I use the angle grinder and the Dremel and all that, because can't get those intricate turns. Alright, gotta go. Michael's date. Bye. Alright, so it's been about a week. It was a long Michael's date, but we're back at it. I got bales, got my angle grinder, my Dremel, and my palm sander. We're just gonna keep working on it. So now I finished all the work I want to do with the angle grinder, and I am gonna open up a Dremel. Start with that. So I have a sanding bit that I attach to my Dremel, and that's just how I get my tight curves. Probably just gonna get it around here a little bit. Probably try to shape it, just tight shave it a little more. But yeah, do a little time lapse for you. Why not? Let's do it. Alright, so I did some Dremel work, so you can see it's a little less busted. It's nice. So I got that curve a little nicer. Just put the sanding bit right up in there. Still got more work to do with the Dremel. What I'm gonna try to do with the Dremel, I'm gonna try to clean out the bowl, like the inside, because that's looking a little fucked up. I just want to fix that up. Probably not gonna sell this one. It's got the first try. You know, I could do better, but happy with how it's going, for sure. Alright, let's keep going. Let's do it. So, I don't even know what the fuck it's on. It's not super pretty, but honestly, not mad at it. I took my sanding bit, which it fucked it up good. And I just kind of sketchily just kind of poked it in there. Just rounded it off. It's actually not a bad thing at all that it's burnt in there. It's kind of better. If you scorch it, it's already scorched. It's a little more heat resistant. So when you go to smoke it, the wood doesn't wither away as quick. So honestly, happy with that. I think the windpipe is still too big. That's something I'll have to mess around with in the future though. Because I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. So did a lot of the work with the Dremel. I think it's time to sand. But when I say sand, I don't mean I'm done shaping. So, that's not the right one. This is 100 grit, so the smaller the number, the more coarse, tougher the sandpaper. Usually I'd start with an 80, but I'm happy with how this was going. So I'm gonna start with 100, do a light shaping on it, you know, just round off some edges. Gonna try to hand sand in here, because I have my palm sander right here. Make it a little easier, a little quicker. I got a lot of sanding to do. So, yeah, let's do it. So this is after the 100 grit. Starting to look real nice. Hand sand a little bit on the inside. It's not looking too bad. My biggest concern for this pipe is just how big that windpipe is and the positioning of it, because I didn't drill it super awesome, but I'm happy with it. So yeah, so now we're really just going up the grits. I'm about to take it to 220, and I'm gonna go all the way up to 12,000. Put it into perspective, most like wooden tables or, you know, nice finished tables, it's around 400, 600 grit. So super soft, super soft. Let's do it. So it's sanded to 12,000 grit. I'm not gonna do this in here. You can't see anything, and it's loud. All right, so it's sanded to 12,000. It's all shaped up. That's still looking a little ugly, but once you start using it, it won't matter. It won't matter. There's a few blemishes still on it, but I kind of like it. It gives it a little character, so I'm gonna leave them. Yeah, so now it's just time to put some finish on it. Yep. So the thing about putting finish on a pipe is that you want a food safe finish. You don't want to use polyurethane, you don't want to use a stain, you don't want to use any of that. It's toxic. You're putting it in your mouth, you're putting fire to it. I like to use wood bowl finish. So just like nice food safe. I believe it's boiled linseed oil. Totally natural. So the thing about putting finish on it, you can put it everywhere, even on the mouthpiece. Just don't put it inside the bowl. You're gonna put fire to it. You don't want to be breathing that in. So leave that inside, completely natural. That part's done. Time to put finish on it. This is satisfying. Love this part. Okay. Yup. Making sure to get all the little spots, putting extra on the end grain, at least to soak up more. Okay. Now we let it dry. So after this guy dries, between coats, I'm going put maybe 3 coats, but probably 2 coats of that oil. But between every coat, I am going to be resanding it to 12,000. I'm not going from 100 all the way up because I would get rid of all the oil, but yeah, just wiping it down with the 12,000 just to smooth it out before the next coat. But yeah, 2 or 3 coats of that and done. I got something to do though, so let's hope this doesn't take another week. First coat's dry, time to buff.
Hi. Want to see my rose?
Yes! That turned out so good!
Yeah.
Coat 2.
At that point, I think he was like calling me a bitch too, but whatever. Yeah, I'm like, you're my dad, so you're gonna stay there good. And so he's like, why are you making them? And I said, to enhance my skill level. One of them is farting, hun. Unless that's you.
Alright, coat 2. So it's 5 in the morning. I'm just coming back from Groton Townhouse. And I figured the second coat is probably real nice and dry. And I am absolutely right. So that's how we're looking. So now I'm just gonna probably buff it out one more time. And I don't even think it needs a 3rd coat. Very happy with this, guys. Yeah, nice and shiny. Inside, ugly, but when you use it, won't matter. Alright. Show you when I buff it out. So this is really the last step. I'm just making it smooth again, getting the dust particles and everything that got caught in the salad bowl finish. And that's it. After this, I'll probably give it a wipe down with a paper towel. I like doing that. It just gets it a little more shiny, you know. That's it. It's pretty fun. It's been a minute. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this, if you watched it. It's kind of half-assed, but if you guys like it, shit, I'll do more. This is the first one back. I know I could do better than this, which I'm excited to get back to. But this was definitely a nice little warm-up piece for sure. Nice and simple. A little mushroom pipe.
No one dared to ask his business, no one dared to make a slip. The stranger there among them had a big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. It was early in the morning when he rose.